Good evening, folks. Samson to Labrador Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again for tuning in this evening. We're still out of town, and our background is just a little bit different tonight. Again, we say thank you for joining us. We appreciate all of you. All of you that have been tuning in to Labrador Public Radio, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We're still reporting, of course. You see bottom that we're in Ohio still. I want to thank all of you again, but please do us a favor, share this video as you come in We appreciate you coming to visit us tonight. But please share this video, share it to as many people as possible, so that we can have this conversation tonight. I want to thank all of you. Thank you very much for tuning into Liberia Public Radio. We are here again to talk about Liberia tonight. That's what we do. We will continue to do that. We thank Mr. So last night for turning in when we had some problem. He came in and took over. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. And because when you leave from one studio to another, sometimes it doesn't both well. But yeah. So sometimes in fact, as we speak, in my background is happening. I have the scene lighting condition, but I forgot my camera, so I'm using the laptop camera tonight to be able to go live with you guys. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. And so we'll go down to safety. Safety, Lord Jesus, we want to thank you again this evening. We want to thank you for traveling mercy, my Lord. We put everything in your hand. We want to thank you for everything. Thank you very much for your life, the life you give us. We want to thank you for all the opportunity that you're giving us. We want to thank you for everything. My Lord, we ask again that the Republic of Liberia, and the people of Liberia be blessed through you. My Lord, only you have the power to do so. We ask that the President of the Republic of Liberia, President Baka, be blessed. Whatever he touches in the interest of the Liberia, my Lord, bless his hand. My Lord, we ask that his life be extended, just as we ask that all of us life be extended as well, because you have the power to do so, and we will continue to pray to you. And as we come again tonight, my Lord, we ask that the host country, the United States of America, be blessed. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay, folks. Like I said, thank you for joining. I do not have my other phone where I can go and share quickly, so I'll be depending on you guys here to share for me tonight. So you can share to your group chat. You can share to whatever group you're connected with. You can share to whatever group, whatever people you're connected with. Please share this video for us. We'll really, really do appreciate it. So let's go ahead and let's start. Let's start as usual. It doesn't matter whether I'm in Sacramento, I in Ohio, a juice is a juice. The only thing here, no baby here to crowd to say I'm stealing baby Jew. I'm not stealing baby Jew. So that my own Jew, kombucha. So let's go ahead. Let's start the process. Thank you very much. There are a few things I'm going to be starting with here tonight. I sent a link out already. Rescue 2, if you have the opportunity to join us. I sent a link out. Any of the analysts, if you care to join us, and I will appreciate it. But let's go ahead. No, but before that, let me go with a few names of Fatima. Thank you, Mama. Thank you very much. As usual, you're with the Lipro. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. Thank you, Mama. So let's go ahead. I'm not going to go with all the but let's go ahead. So here's the thing I'm going to be talking about here tonight. Okay. I'm glad Mr. So is not here to try to distract me as usual. He comes out here. And here's the thing here. Before I go on to whatever the big issue I'm going to be discussing, let me go on and say this here. Since I have the platform all by myself right now, nobody's here yet. Let me just say this to many of you that are listening. Mr. So and the other group, specifically, I'm not accusing Mr. So of being a sedition. He's not a sedition. That I want to say here. But whenever I say he's because they are vexed. But when I'm not fair, I tell the truth. When I'm fair, then something happened. Mr. So is not a sedition. He's never been a sedition. He's always been a truthful person as far as I'm concerned. So that's the difference. But when you maybe that, I say you honor cover sedition. But let me be true. What I want to say here on a very serious note, the election of 2023, my people, those of us that consider ourselves political guru, those of us that consider ourselves political junkie, I have been involved with Liberian politics for a very long time. And I've seen president come and president go. We saw Madam Sally King, the first turn. She did excellent with her, but not even the first turn, the first half of her turn, the first half of the first half, she did excellent. Then she decided to go ahead and do whatever it is she wants to do because there was no consequence, because there was no accountability. she decided to throw the accountability out of the window. And so things started. All of the problem we're having right now is because of, I believe, because of what she did or what she didn't do. But let me say this. So the election of 2023 now, of all the candidates that was in the race, President, Ambassador Barker was striking the notes that I, as an individual, can support. Everything he was saying, those are things that I've been saying to CDC a year or so before, and they were not listening. So when President Barker came in and started saying the same similar stuff that I was saying, I have no other choice but to support it. And on this platform, people were accusing me of coming from the Southeast and supporting the person from Lofa County. So why, if the person from Lofa County is going to make Liberia better, I should go with, because I'm from Southeast, and I go with Southeast because the person from Southeast was not making Liberia better. So what choice do we have unless you don't love Liberia? But if you love Liberia, you have no choice but to support the agenda of Ambassador Barker. Now, were you expecting us to say we're going to support because we're from the Southeast? No, that's not how you do it. President Weah himself will agree that because he said it, if he's not doing well, Liberia will reject him. And that's exactly what happened. So all of you flunky CDC, you're nothing CDC, they're supporting President Barker and when President Weah himself told us, if I'm not doing well, vote me out. So where you guys coming from crying? Baby cry every day on this show. President Weah himself told us, don't take me, I will take you. I got video of that. And he said, if I'm not doing well, Liberia would reject my candidacy. And they did. So why are you yourself, because you're so, are you going to be more supportive of President Weah than President Weah himself? What a ridiculous idea. You guys come out here and cry every day when the liberals trying to make sense and trying to put sense into your brain and you're trying to reject it. You have the right. You can reject it. You can reject it. It's no big deal. But don't come and condemn me for my action. Now, here's another thing I want you to understand. Those of us that supported Ambassador Barker then, now President Barker, we have the opportunity to be truthful. When we see things that are not done right, we will speak up. We will say so. We will say so. We're not going to come and sugarcoat anything, but at the same time, the same thing I used to say when I used to play President Weah clip and whatever, I say I will criticize, but I will do so with respect. I will criticize, but I will do it with responsibility. Why? Because if somebody that I like or that I support become president tomorrow, I don't want anybody to be disrespectful to that president, because I was never disrespectful to President Weah. If you will watch all of my criticism, all of my videos, I would never disrespectful to President Weah. President Weah, he's a human being I love. I disagree with the policy. That's the difference. That's the difference. My Esther, good evening. And my background looking shiny a little bit. That the camera, don't worry, I'm going back to Sacramento. Kamusha. Now I'm baby Joe because I ain't with the baby. I in Ohio. So now I'm baby juice and that Kamusha I jump up. But anyway, let me go on. So we will criticize if we see something. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Whenever we see you and see Fatima, then we know our show is booming. It's booming. But anyway, let me go on. So we will criticize this government when we see something that is not right. We will criticize, but we will do it with respect. What we will not allow you to do is to come here on this platform while the liberal is operating for you to denigrate the president, to be condescending to the president. We will not allow that. He's the father of the nation. And so I'm not going to allow you to come here and open your CDC mouth on my president. We're not going to allow that. We're not going to allow. We're not going. You have the right to speak your mind, but if your mind violates the rule of my platform, I will tell you immediately. This is a liberation. I'm not here for kumbaya. I'm not here for saying how many people love me. Of course, people love me on this show. But I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to be truthful. I'm here to be truthful. And so if you hate my truth, so be it. I can't lie. I will not lie because I want friends. I will not lie because I want people to come and like my show. I will not do that. I'll be truthful. You come here, see this shit, you're crying, you think you love President. We are more than President. We are, you said. President, we are told us, if I'm not doing well, let the Liberian people reject me. And if we saw some of the things you were not doing well, and we try to explain it, then I want you to come and believe me, you want me to come back and apologize for my past action? No way. Let's go on. Let's go on. Let's go on. So, Mose, just sit tight. We'll bring you in. Let me do my monologue and we'll bring you in immediately after that. So, here's what I'm going to say to you tonight. Okay? This is what I'm going to say to you tonight. Sir Joseph story. What Sir Joseph have done, number one, is to be truthful. And I believe he said what he believed to be true. CDC running all over the United here. CDC, that means what Sir Joseph is saying that true. Because for her to come and be ridiculous in your defense, that means what Sir Joseph is saying the truth. We heard Moruba Moru. But Moruba Moru came by and said that liquor talk. So maybe the videotapes are just talking about that was getting to say that liquor talk. President Weah wants to come back. And you expect for us to follow all the people you got behind you, that what you come back with? You need to go back and clean house. President Weah, there's nothing taken away. He's still popular. But the popularity, if you guys misuse that, I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you. Don't think because President Waka and his people, you don't believe they're doing good. Sometimes they do wrong. I admit, and we'll point that out. But you think you're going to come and capitalize on that and try to use it to your advantage with the flawed policy that you guys have. With the policy that are unable to move anything, the thief-free policy, the stealing policy, and that's why you want us to be here and be quiet about it. We will not do that. We will point those out to you. So if you want president, it's anybody. It's the voting process. One man, one vote. People died for that already. People died for that already. Yeah, whatever. No. We are need sweet mama. That's why I love you. But anyhow, on a very serious. So if you guys want to come back, that's fine. One man, one vote. Let's put it to test. We have binder that during the election we didn't touch. The binder, it's still there. I have not touched any of that binder. You make a tip. If you don't clean house, you don't bring real sedition from the diaspora. The smart sedition from the diaspora. You don't bring them behind you. You can't bring the flak I gave behind you. I will bring my binder up. The binder that I did. The binder that depleted here, that's just few. That's just few items. But I got the me one. I don't even touch it. with flak here. You're in clean house. CDC, the president, you're in clean house and change things. Because I know President Weah has the ability to lead. I know he's still very, very popular. But You bring the scene, nyama people behind you, you will not win. There's no two way. We will not be here to allow that to happen. We will point that out. And I told you, I still got binder upon binder or on false error that I'm going to be talking about. But if you're clean house and you'll bring the smart sedition that have the ability to help President, we have move agenda. I'll put my man outside. I said, if you change, if you're ready, but I don't see it. I don't see it. So we'll see. We will see. So you want to bring President, we are back. We're waiting for you. Now let's go to Unity Party. Unity Party, Iopa, a President Baka say, I'm not seeking re-election. You people myself, that babu and divacola on the platform. Kaipo, no wenke. Mo kaipo, no wenke, bring bigi right away. C'est quoi l'union? So, Unity Party, is your thing. You will just slide your way through lies and stuff. You got problem to deal with. If President Baka is coming back, we will point out something, and President Baka most likely will try to implement some of the good things that we all know that he has the ability to do. But if he's not seeking re-election, and your thing say you will slide your way, but you talk, you're talking, you'll find out. Mostly, if you care to join me, let's bring your video on. I will open you up so you can join me. But let me go on. Here's the reason I'm saying about the Unity Party. Okay? There are two things here I want to talk about tonight. Okay? The first is the idea of reconciling the Liberian people. President Baka have already opened the window. Though flunky policymaker, PhD policymaker, they all have master degree, but they are unable to do anything for us. Their policy have failed us miserably. And President Baka has opened the door. They better go back and go back to their own agenda that they beautifully written agenda. They're there. Let them dust it up and see if you can implement that. They drop that one. They jump on drug business now. Let me bring in Moses. Moses, your camera is not wide enough, but if you leave it like that, that's fine with me. Okay. I just want to point that out. They drop that one. They're on the drug issue now. And the drug issue, interesting situation. But before I jump onto that, my last one that I want to say before I jump onto the drug issue here tonight is this. Dallas Dillon, and I will make that another one here shortly. Dallas Dillon video, similar video that I play over and over from what's his name, Mike Japete. But Dallas Dillon should not have even made that video, because Dallas Dillon has the key to help our people, to move our people forward. He can't sit on the key and condemn our people for begging. But that's something that I'm going to address more, hopefully maybe tomorrow. It's going to be the whole show. But let me go back to the drugs and now let Moses come here. The drug issue that the Unity Party people jumping on without plan, without blueprint. And why am I saying no blueprint? There's a video, there's a go on Front Page Africa. And the deputy drug agency, deputy director, listen to what he said. And he will tell you Unity Party ain't got no plan. President Baka gave them opportunity, but they're refusing to use that opportunity to face the drug. You think by marching in the street, that will make the drug people go away? You march in the street for awareness. That awareness have already been established. President Baka have that awareness already established. Those who have the ability to implement the policy need to step in. The fact the awareness is you there now, you will not have that much issue because people will know exactly what you're trying to do, what you're fighting. But instead, they have no policy whatsoever. The agenda, the drug issue is in the agenda, but you think they will talk about it? No. All they talk about all day is fighting against each other, have no respect for each other. So they think by having the women and the youth marching in the street will make the drug dealer then go away. I mean, yeah, from Moses before I go on to what the deputy director said. Moses, good evening. Thank you for joining me. What's on your plate? Very shortly. What's on your plate, sir?
Good evening, Mr. Tove, and
Thank
good
you.
evening out there to our listening word. We have a very interesting show. The Liberal have started it, and I think these are very important topics. The reconciliation, the drug issue. I was coming to the drug issue myself, but I have two additional issues that are pertinent to me and that are very important for us. The two happens to be issues with the security, the police department. One is that we misuse our resources. Why were police given the order to go and stand and keep guard to the Baptist church on Sunday? And I ask that question because it's very important. Those are government resources that are being used for private. There were no crimes going on. No one had committed a crime. To have police go and preempt that people are going to come. That's not what police is supposed to do. Number one. The second one has to do with a lady in the video literally assaulting a police officer. And it was not too long ago when this issue came about with this Fula woman who threw the bench at the police. You see, there's something called monkey see, monkey do. This lady literally assaulted the police officer. In fear of another protest, the police officers did not apprehend her. That was terrible. I was so livid. And I said to myself, we need to do something. So those are my two primary issues, and to support the Liberal on the drug issue. Because I listened to a deputy speaker, I'm not a deputy director, who spoke from Granger, and he was giving some, and I think he was interviewed by Liberian Public Radio journalists. And they asked him some important questions that he did answer. So that was on my plate also to talk about. And the video was shared on the website. On the chat room, right?
Thank you.
Thank you for having me, Liberal.
Thank you. Again, folks, I've seen the link out there. Those of you that you want to join us, we're waiting. Give us get involved here. But anyhow, Moses, thank you for that. My thing here is, as I stated, for me, and I could be wrong, the president won an election. And the president is the president of the Republic of Liberia, duly elected. However, the president alone cannot carry the entire functionalities of the executive all by himself. And because of that, he asked people to join him. And each of the individuals that were asked, they're coming in for assumed ability to carry out certain things. Now, the drug issue, President Bakai was successful in showcasing the drug issue in Liberia. He did not point finger to nobody, no other. He didn't say my past administration didn't do this. He said, this is our problem. We will deal with it. When the president makes such a statement, he is hoping that his lieutenants, the foot soldier, will get involved in the fight. And Liberians should not be a stranger when they say fight, because we just got out of the war. Of course, it's not the same. But philosophically, it's pretty much the same. You prepare yourself to say this is a drug, this is a war on drugs. Now, according to the deputy director of the LDA, the system they have now in this party, in this government, is not functioning. He said the system that was under Madam Salif was much more accepted and it was functioning well. However, if you look at the arrest agenda and you read through it, you will see some beautiful written information about how to fight drugs issue in Liberia. But these people that are supposed to go out and do this, they are having some difficulties. First, he said there are people, Liberians, are volunteered to fight drugs. However, they are not getting paid. And the drug business, he said, it's a lucrative business. So those who are volunteered to fight a lucrative business, try to get rid of that. How high is the probability for them to be susceptible to corrupt behavior? It's easy. So the guy is telling us we don't have a system that will allow us to adequately fight the drug business. And then he went on to say, because of the money that is involved into drug business, all three branches of the government of the Republic of Liberia has their hand in the drug business, profiting. And then I said to myself, Houston, we have a problem. Because if the lawmakers, the legislature, according to him, have their hand in it, the executive, according to him, have their hand in it, the judiciary, according to him, have their hand in it, who's going to fight? The CDC alone cannot fight with the backing of the three branches of government. So if they do have plans, those plans need to be enforced. And once again, Moses, before I bring you in, this is the process that I keep talking about, lack of respect for one another in the government. Because you would think, if these people really serious to fight the drugs, that you will bring all three branches of government together and have a serious discussion. And each one of them will play their part. For example, the lawmaker can say, we're going to pass law that anybody who is involved in the drug business, this crime is non-bailable. You will go to jail and you'll stay in jail until your case is adjudicated. The judiciary to say anybody who is assigned as a judge or whatever it is in the judiciary as part of our system, if you are caught compromising on the side of the drug dealer, you yourself will be charged and prosecuted. The executive, on the other hand, can say whatever law you pass, that we will faithfully carry out that law without fear or favor. When you have the three groups swearing on the Bible, the drug issue will be resolved. But you cannot have two going, the other one going the other side. We're going nowhere. One going, President Baka one, and the legislature can pass the unbearable law. I don't call it the executive, I mean the judiciary over there, they bring judges. They say there's not enough evidence, $100 million drug case, let them go free. We got problems. We're going nowhere. Let me hear from you.
Okay, Mr. Toe, very interesting conversation again. And if you can, a little to the fact when we talked about it.
Moses, please give me a minute. Breakable. You must say we're not friends here tonight. I told you already, CDC, you're not coming back. Whether I know young or I know young, you're not coming back. Don't come praise me. I'm here for Kumbaya. Let's hear from you, Moses.
Okay, let me start by saying this and give some chronological reflections on the drug issue. Number one is that drugs were very prevalent during the war, the inception of the war, during the entire war. At the end of the war, our first president, Madam Ellen Justice Sirleaf, and by 2011, the international community were focused on Liberia. And at which time in 2011, they came up with their assessment, the report through the FBI, that in fact, Liberia had become a haven by Colombians and drug trafficking. That gave some attention to Liberia, and the fundings were available. So listening to the deputy director today say it was more effective than today is because over time, the international community can only support you for so long, and they can't continue to support you continuously. At some point in time, you got to be able to get to a point where you can sustain whatever they've done for you and what have you. So when Collins was on yesterday and talked about the budget that passed, it was mind-boggling for me. And I said that yesterday, that you fighting a multi-million dollar enterprise with $900,000. That is just unrealistic. This the drug issue can be addressed in Liberia if everybody played a role. The churches have to play their role instead of church officials trafficking drugs and selling drugs in the churches. The neighborhood groups need to participate. I named one strong neighborhood group, the Youth Crime Watch of Liberia, and I know there's others. We know a lot of people who are building their foundations, and the education for the eradication or minimizing the prevalence of drugs is the concern of everybody in that country, or should be the concern of everybody collectively. If we can't come together and find a meeting of the minds on what role people played in addressing this issue, we're not going to address the issue anytime soon because the folks, as you put it, that are making the money and people in legislation. One of the things that they did, and I'm not comparing Liberia again for those who are listening to America, but there came a time when they had no control over the drugs issue in the greatest country of the world, the United States. A lot of states decided they were going to form drug court. So when you gave your example about the judges who taking bribe from people to let what you call it drug dealers to go, you only establish one drug court. All the cases go through that drug court, and that's how you can begin to hold people accountable, and you can collect data from that one drug court. Who's coming in? But when you come in and you turn it to the other code, code A, code C, code B, then the inconsistency creates a problem. The laws need to be put in place and it needs to be enforced and people need to be prosecuted and held accountable. Now, let me go back a little bit. I'm not holding them responsible, and I refuse to do that because there are people who change and who. But one time, working here, I know that there were a lot of people who were caught in the United States on drug charges that were deported and on some illegal charges. We have people who have sanctions. We have people who committed crime in this United States and were deported, now serving in the legislative body and serving in top positions. So my thing is that if those people were deported because of wrongdoing and they hold top position in our country, what do you expect? The vetting process needs to be looked into, and people should not be assumed to know their duties when they're given a position. You need to vet the right people, put them in thorough, what you call it, vetting system, so that you know that these people are going to be fair, and they have to have an identified objective and goals that they need to accomplish within a certain period of time.
So, Moses, thank you. Let me say excellent point. But in that respect, what I want to say on that is that why I agree with you. But I think this whole, if the drug issue in Liberia need to be resolved, this is one area that perhaps employing the services of a foreigner will be something that I think they would do us a great deal of help. In
Well,
that, asking the foreign service such as FBI or even MI6 or whoever the foreign agency, foreign security agency to come into Liberia and have these things. Because here's the reason I'm saying this. Why people will say no, that Liberia is a sovereign country and what have you. I agree with that. But my reason here is the drug issue, according to this guy, is for him to come out publicly, which we know that. We knew that there is a lucrative, but for him as member of the government to say that this is a lucrative business and that all three branches of government, member of all three branches of government are involved in soliciting, in distribution, in selling, of in importation
yeah.
of the illicit drug in this country. Then I think at this time, I'm not saying we should throw our hands up, but I think at this time we need to invest and see how much we can get. Because here's the thing here.
Well, Mr. Toll, let me just say something in regards to that real quick.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
I think Liberia does not have the money to invest. We don't pay enough taxes. We don't collect restitutions from people that are fairly done. Most of those bribery that are going on with the court system and what have you. Listen, I can tell you, in the United States, drug court and drug arrest generate serious money in different states. Okay? Because they know the kind of money that is involved with drugs. When they're going after you, they're spending millions of dollars. When they go after the cartel, just today, they just announced that 26 drug cartels will be released or have already been released to the United States to face charges. Those cartels, whatever money they got, is going to pay for all their prosecution. Now, let me tell you something. If we're going to invite the FBI, it's going to cost us too much money. The FBI cannot take on the responsibility of a small country like that, and we don't even have the first penny to hire these people, number one. We have people in different police entity, detectives that I know personally that are Liberians. We can tap into those resources to come to Liberia, make some sacrifices, and I can assure you within 2 weeks, they can come up with a comprehensive plan and ways that we can execute some effective programs to begin to address the issue with a little bit of money. And I'm saying that to say that I hope that people in the government listen to what we say. That's what this conversation is all about. We're giving them a little bit of tips and the tools. We got people in the DC State Police, Maryland State Police, Philadelphia, Rhode Island, all over the country, Indiana, Minnesota. We got people who deal with this issue on a daily basis. And some of those folks can be invited to come on the grounds and say we need to do that. That's what I think.
Thank you, Mose. I agree with you. I think you and I singing a song. I hope.
Yes, yes.
I hope we don't debacle tonight, but we'll see how far
we stay on the same point.
We'll see how far we'll go with this.
Because I want East of that go soup, even though they play dark sport.
In Ohio, Ohio, that conservative state, they don't let people go in the player.
You're kidding me?
Yeah, I'm in Ohio. So you see that except from Canton, Ohio. So I need to go back to California. They are conservative state. No, but on a very serious note,
serious note.
I do agree with you, but my point is this: why? Where's Watercutter number here? Watercutter, I can't see your number. Why I call you Nisa for? I just go to look for a number. But
I think we need to have our conversation and not involve politics. We should talk.
And you bring CDC here, that all they will do, they'll just damage it. Beautiful conversation.
You introduce them even by calling their name.
They're part of our family.
Yeah, but another family council, we can talk about the issues, not blame.
No, they're requesting.
We need to start each other on solutions because the blame game does not work.
We're going to come here and start saying how you feel. You need to apologize to all kind of things.
I hope that he's listening in advance.
Well, he's listening. He's not coming on show tonight. He's listening.
Please, so we can talk about solutions. Because we need to hear from the other side. I don't want to call their name.
No. Let them stay.
We need to hear from all people.
Let them say, Mr. Soleil told that last night. He thinks that you are making good point. He ain't making no point.
But we need to not politicize this thing here.
So, but let me go on. Let me go on to say, Mose, I was just sending the link. Watercutter, if you want the link, just let me know. We'll send the link as well. But let me say this here, Mose. The reason why I'm saying that the FBI need to be involved, because here's the thing here.
They are already involved, but
Mose, you are a security. Mose, you are a security analyst. Let me run my mouth on the way. I think you.
Okay.
Stay out of it. We don't know who involved, who not involved. Please,
okay. All right. Okay.
So the reason why I'm saying that they need to be involved, because you cannot keep Liberians. They have relatives. Many of us here will have relatives back home. And the drug issue affect many of our relatives and what have you. But here, as a productive citizen, working in these factories, doing jobs that many Americans won't do. But if our mind is disturbed, we can't help you much. Those are good arguments we can make. Now, on the other hand, the drug issue itself. Should I bring you on, madam?
What Esther talking here, so? She said, don't let Mr. Sigmund spoil it.
The man Esther, Mr. Toya, very well tonight. Let me bring in Marco. Marco, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. So, but let me continue with it. Marco, can you hear me? Okay, all right. So let me continue. So the drug issue, mostly, if what this guy is saying, if it's anything to go by, then this is a very serious problem. That is marching on the street will not be able to help us. No. That we have to get people. You remember sometime in Ellen government, there was the American that went over there to try to manage the money issue because they couldn't trust the Liberian themselves. I think this time it's the same here. We cannot have all three branches of the government, member of all three branches of government to participate negatively on the drug issue, and we expect to be winning. We're not going to win. Now, let me be the first to say, there's no way you can get FBI, WBI, TBI, whatever you get in there. There's no way we're going to eradicate the drug business in Liberia completely. It's not going to happen. Now, in order for you to seriously eradicate that, you will put in some strict measure. We catch you with drug, we hang you like they do in the war. We hang you somewhere, you people will look at you all day. That's it. But you can't do that in the society of like Liberia. You can't do that. And the drug dealer will take advantage of it. Let me welcome Marco. Marco, thank you for joining us tonight. This is the liberal show, Samson Toe, not the conservative Alfonso, you know who. This is the liberal show, Samson Toe. What's on your mind, Ma? Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Mr. Toe, and thank you, Mr. Sige. And I'm glad to be in the midst of you guys today. And I want to say hi to the people of Liberia and to my sister Esther, man. I say hi. You know, and my friend, my best friend, Breakable. Yeah, Breakable. I'm working as consultant, so I need your service.
Oh my.
Here today.
Go ahead. What's on your mind? Let me bring in Rescue 2. Let me bring in Rescue 2 to reinforce, The reinforcer is here. He's here to reinforce. Go ahead, Marco.
Yeah, what on my mind tonight is about the drug issue, because it's an issue that affects, the youth and future leaders. I If we sit there, and disregard uh, the help to this government, this is no, politics issue. As we could see the other day when we had a march, we saw people from all political parties. It was beyond politics. This is something that we can equip with politics, because it destroy when one group is destroyed, one of Liberia, Liberian is destroyed, and we can sit there and have children or our nephew, our brothers and sisters, like destroyed. So it's really, cardinal to me. And the next thing is the past this week we have been seeing, especially I saw two events of police and then an armed robbery. I saw a clip of what happened in a bank, and this lady tried to, protect herself. And I think that was, you know, very great, because for a woman to go and attack a man in a bank of such, armed robber for that matter, I felt scared for her, because I thought that was not nice enough. I would have sat there, whatever that person want to take, they take it and go, because your life is what should come to you, or comes at the moment to you. Because everything that is there, we all have had, especially me, I have had, financial positions. They will always tell you that if you are attacked, you are armed at the point of armed robbery. The thing you do is to protect your life first. Whatever they have come to take, give it to them and save your life first. I think that was very great, and I think no Liberian should, practice such. If you are caught in such act and they come to attack you, whatever they come to take, let them go and you save your life. And the next one I saw was a lady attacking the police. He had an
Yeah, Moses
incident
talked
where,
about that earlier.
yeah, people are not respecting
Terry, are you reading?
the law
No, I'm
enforcement.
following.
Okay.
I'm
All
listening
right.
to this content.
All right. Go ahead, Michael.
Okay, we won. We always complain that, oh, we want safety. But again, we don't want to, respect the people that provide safety for us. When anything happens, first thing we do is to call police. I see it even here. People come and, when they say police, they don't want to be castigating the police. But we should be able to, respect the police. There is no way a police will still.
I think since you and Moses mentioned that, I tried to stay away from it. But since you guys mentioned that's two against one, we will make that into a subject matter. Let me work on terror. We'll talk about that. Let's talk about the drug issue. Not die, but rest on it. Then we'll move on to the police and the citizen. Let's hear from you, Terry. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I will come back later on. But why are the people saying that Terry can be chocolate everything? But
The political
no,
You pray for anybody today, Terry?
eh?
You pray for anyone today?
Yeah,
Not really. I'm not praying for breakable and breakable.
There's no way.
Someone
There's
to
no
pray.
way. No way. Go help them on their they're on their own.
Because it's not easy on them. That's why the way I say, "Oh, not doing politics now." That's why the other them saying that it's not easy on them. It's heavy.
I tell you,
The news that in the air is heavy on them.
Reinforcer. He's back. He's here with us.
My people.
Yeah, but going to the drugs thing, I think you and Mr. Sigbe is more advanced in that era, and he had given our watching the show. He had given a lot of analysis that could help the process, and I think the government need to listen to him. Because they're calling the FBI pumping money, and that video that FPR shared today is very, very, it's scary to listen to. For the man to be talking, was that Zwedru?
Yeah,
For the man to be talking that he don't have equipment to fight drugs, then what are we doing about the drugs? It shows that we are lazy. Our government, liberal, I think that era is not performing too well. Under the president, I think that was one of the reasons why the president was able to turn things around within a short period of time to win the elections, because a lot of Liberians are worried about the drug thing. The women, especially the women, because the children are on drugs. And I was seeing one pastor, one man of God. I served under him before. He read into this the rehabilitation of drug addicted victims, and he shared his statistics that over the drugs have reached that over 600,000 Liberians are victims to drugs. So we have to be very, very careful, or else our country may go down the drain if we don't tackle the drug thing. If we don't tackle the drug thing there.
Thank you. Again, folks, if you're listening, Samson told I want to thank all of you. If you just joining us,
but let me come back and join you guys.
Okay, Terry, we'll be here. If you're just joining us, I'm reporting not from my usual spot tonight, but if you can help us, just share this video, share it to as many people as possible. That would be great. Mostly, let's go ahead. Mark Cotto left, and Terry Rescue 2 just left. But let's go ahead. When Mark Cotto come back, we can jump onto this police stuff here. But let's go back into the drug issue here.
Absolutely.
Now, for me, to be honest with you, I think the drug issue is going to be like any other topic in Liberia.
Everywhere around the world, Mr. Toe.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is in Liberia specifically, they do not do what you're suggesting. They don't even think about what you're suggesting. It becomes an instant gratification type process where they just talk about it now because it's hot. After that, in life for me, when people are not looking and you do the right thing, that's when it becomes genuine. But he asked 7 type Unity Party people. He asked 7. It's not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it because they're fooling themselves. Of course, they're fooling us. That's what they think. So I'm saying to you, Moses, before you come in, I'm saying to you that if these people, if we don't do some drastic action, and we still continue to do what we say we're doing, we're not going to succeed. It's going to be a big time failure. And not only that, on this government watch in their plate, they also have war crime court, and war crime court is connected with drugs. If you are not able to resolve the drug issue, how are you going to bring people to court who were also responsible of introducing most of the drugs added into the drug business in the first place? So they're very connected. Let's hear from you.
Well, you see, you brought in something very important. Now, the first thing is that how much money can the government, can the citizens and the government, or through the citizens, can the government raise to address the drug issue? How many businesses you think will sit down and say, I'll volunteer to get so much money for the DEA to really kill the drugs issue? And when we say everybody needs to get involved, that's what we're talking about. There are organizations that will raise money to fight drug abuse in many different ways by creating resources for our people. But now, listening to that deputy today, he doesn't even have a resource. The man, they called them, he gave an example. He's in one town, they called him to go because they just suspected someone of selling drugs in the neighborhood. He doesn't even have a bike. I don't know why he called motorbike. He doesn't even have transportation. Let's elevate that to that level. He doesn't even have transportation to go there and apprehend someone. If he gets there,
Mose,
the person,
the superintendent. Hold on, I want to throw the monkey wrench in your idea about the superintendent. They get out, man. You talk about the game, brand new car. The superintendent will think, I'll get a car, then you will get a car. That's the first thing. Mose, we're talking Liberia.
But that's what I'm telling. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
Where can we get the money? And the reason why Ellen was a bit effective, as people say, is because the resources came right after the war. There were millions of dollars sent to address some of those issues, and there were people on the ground. I remember 2011 when they announced Liberia being the hub for drug trafficking, and they arrested the Colombian there. They sent an FBI agent over there, and that FBI agent was paid by the U.S. government. It didn't come from Liberia. Paid. Liberia couldn't pay that person. Those kind of investigation and operation cost a lot of money. Drug raid and drug operation in this country, we're talking about millions of dollars, and we're talking about a country that have $900,000 for the DEA to operate. How you going to operate?
And that's the point I want to point out to Rescue 3.
The people need to talk about how they can pay more taxes to address the issue, where the funding is going to come from, how they can redirect some fundings. And it's not about paying people more money. It's about running an effective operations. And the DEA cannot do it by itself. The police, the DEA, the NSA, Joint Security Task Force, all of these people, not to mention the faith-based group, the community-based organizations, and all of those people. Listen, the drug issue is a challenging problem for all nations. I put some thing over there on the chat room today. There was a Liberian guy walking in the street and people laying in the street in the United States, in Philadelphia. And the guy was saying, this is not what do you call it, Center Street. This is not Congotown, Congotown back road. This is the United States.
Yeah.
So the challenges is everywhere.
So Mose, thank you. But let me also come in here and say this here. Madam Sally failed us miserably. There's no question asked. There's no question asked. The amount of money that went into Liberia on her watch is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Now, again, the reason why I will continue to blame Madam Salih, because people accuse her of being responsible for the war. Number one. Secondly, and I'm not saying I'm gonna take that route either. She brought in John Malou. In fact, not her, but the international community brought in John Malou, who the international community trusts with their money. But she decided to take the shortcut. And when John Malou called her out, she made sure John Malou, how do you call it? His stuff was not renewed. Now, Mose, Liberia case, it was a very sad situation for us. The right people that should have taken position of the country were not ready, Mose. They didn't take it. When Madam Sally came in, Mose, let me give you a few examples here tonight. And I have documents to prove the thing.
Libra.
Hold on, Mose. We'll come to you. Hold your peace. Let me speak my mind.
You're in charge. Go ahead.
Okay, let me speak. I'm not only in charge, I'm the board chair.
I know you're the board chair. Now I say speak up.
That man, now your CEO, your guy over there, we're getting ready to throw you under the bus. I'm the board chair.
Oh, but that was throw everyone under the bus, though, because you will have a protest. You will have a
yeah. But let me say this. So, Madam Sally, Mose think, oh, why you left, Mose? I hope you're still okay. You're still here.
No, I'm here.
Madam Sally, Madam Sally, when she came in, Mose, just think about it. Those that she brought around her, many of them escaped the war just like any other refugee. There were not many of these people that were in charge of implementing certain positions or certain activities within the government were never in Liberia during the heydays of the war. They never suffered. Well, let me take that back. In terms of suffering in Liberia, being hungry and whatever. Many of them was here in the United States. Many of them came with the looted wealth they have in the country. So when they came here, their kids were going to school. They were enjoying themselves. So when they got called back, there was no connection in terms of suffering our people, what our people went through in the war. So when they made the decision, their decision was not being made based on present day situation. These were people that used to be in previous government, whether it be Doe government or Tubber government, when things were better. This time around, things were worse. However, they decided, I believe, to implement the policy of the day, not at present condition, but for previous condition. And they took advantage of the Liberians' naivety, whatever they call it.
Yeah,
okay?
naive.
Okay. Okay. So
ignorance.
Yes, they took the Liberian people weakness, and they decided to funnel the money that the international community was sending for Liberians. They funneled it to themselves, keeping the two-way party system alive.
Oh my goodness!
I'm serious. Mostly I got document here.
I know. You don't want to put it aside.
No, I'm not. I'm just telling you this. No, I'm not. Madam Salih, she knew very well that after the war, Liberians were ready to take anything that was coming their way. Most of these were people that didn't even have water to drink. These were people that don't even have electricity. They still don't, but they try. These are people, Liberians, were ready, that were living in the street, that were living in the sewer. So Madam Salih, I thought, because those are things that she was preaching. Most of you not a stranger. You were here. You watched this woman and Dr. Dawn every night on Nightline, just like I did. You watched the woman put a policy statement on Nightline, on NBC, I call it Meet the Press, everywhere she was. How she would come in and what Liberia needs, she understands, she would say, because I was there. I saw things that we're supposed to do to move this country forward. That's always been her argument. On Nightline, she was Ted Capo's most favorite person to bring on Nightline. Am I making it up, Moses? You never watched that?
I watched it.
Was she not the same lady on Nightline making policy statement that Liberia will benefit from, especially after she turned against Charles Taylor? What happened to those statements when she went?
Let me say this.
No, hold on. I'm not done yet.
My God.
Bamboo coming Divakula tonight because you can't defend Unity Party that Bamboo Divakula just a rescue too. But let me just say it on a very serious note. So when she went, she knew our brothers and sisters were on drugs because she mentioned that several times that Charles Taylor was inducing these young people with drugs, and because of that, they were committing some heavy crime that people were not list, that people were not bear, but they were under the influence. She argued that, and when the opportunity was given to her, what did she do? She brought all her 9,000 children.
Oh my God.
To take position. All her children were not in government, they were not taking position. Was it a lie?
No, you didn't lie. You're
okay.
not.
Okay, so I'm just multiplying it. That's all. I'm just being ridiculous. I'm just being ridiculous because that's not everything. So, how can you be serious to try to change things? To bring Liberia back to the level. The structure in that country was too much. I know she couldn't have done all, but if she were to just put in place a true political structure,
okay,
Samson could have been president, and the structure would have survived. But there was nothing. She left nothing. She left no structure.
If you have become president, what was that going to be?
I'll send you by to Lopa County, my man.
Mr. Tor, thank you for
if I were to be president, was it serious? Every county will have their own better yala.
You can't imprison everybody, but in any event,
let's hear from you.
Thanks for your narrative. What I'm trying to stay away from is the past that is very hurtful, and if we're going to heal, I think your president, my president, and the president, the father of the nation, started that a couple of months ago when he said the healing should start. I'm very sure we talked about it. Until we begin to heal, we will not move forward. And I think it's important for us to think about the way forward than the way. We don't forget the past. It needs to let us know where we've been, that we don't want to go back there, but we can't continue to dwell on the past and do the blame game and make this thing so political that we're not coming up with solutions and strategies to see what can be implemented to change Liberia. That is my thought process.
Can I interrupt? One second.
You want to interrupt me now?
Yes. Can I interrupt 1 minute, please?
Oh my God!
When you take this route of John Paul II route, Pope John Paul II route, then I feel like I need to interrupt. Mose, many of the people that were in President Salif government are now in this government.
But that's what I'm coming to say. You see, you're trying to say.
Okay. I take it back. Go ahead.
That's what I'm coming to say.
Okay, Babuna divine here. Go ahead.
Look at the past.
Okay.
But the past continues to repeat itself because we're reshuffling the same people.
Okay.
And that's what I'm coming from. You were under the Minister of Information yesterday. You guys we had a conversation and you guys mentioned the Minister of Information. The Minister for Information. Didn't he work in the government before?
Yes.
The Minister of Finance, didn't he work in the same government that you said failed?
Yes.
Okay. Most of those people work in the same government.
Mm-hmm. Do the same thing over and expect a different result.
What you're talking about.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying I don't want to politicize this thing. My thing is that we got to come up with solutions and try to execute. You mentioned earlier about the war crime court sitting over there, and I think what's her name talked about it also, Koto, before she left. Liberia does not have statute on war crimes. The legislative body have not put anything in place that identify what war crimes are, what the penalties are for war crimes. And I've said that over and over, maybe about listening to this show, somebody would take there and say, oh, that's so true. So how do you create a war crimes court in Liberia when you don't have war crime statutes? The court cannot prosecute anyone if you don't have statutes on the book to identify what war crimes are. Giving kids drugs is an identification during the war. Total anarchy. People who held arms. Those things should be looked at and create a war crime statute. We cannot take the international community war crime. That's what Taylor was prosecuted in The Hague of war crime against the people.
Let me bring in rescue too.
Yeah.
Right,
the people are telling you. So we have now created the issue. That's why I was looking at the thing and say, oh yeah, President Booker is signing it. It's good that he's signing it about war crimes. So now the legislator passed the thing to say, yeah, we're going to look into war crimes, but nobody in that legislative body have introduced a bill and say these are what we consider war crimes. That's where the court needs to. When they make the laws in the Constitution, that's what the court needs to follow to prosecute these people. And we don't do that. So we don't. I don't want to get from our topic tonight with the drugs issue. I am seriously considering the government needs to tap into the.
Are you considering going home? Did you say that?
I'm ready. Anytime I'm called, I will go home. That's my country. I love that country to die. I love that country to die. Okay? And so, my thing is that, you see, when they went and appointed, I don't want to bring this topic up because that's it. I want to save it for another day.
Thank you.
They appointed 2 buffoons to lead the diaspora conference.
Whoa! You're veering up. We'll come to that. We'll come to that.
You see, this is some of the things that we need to talk about.
We will come to that, but you started in the wrong foot. Okay. We don't have no buffoon in Liberia. Forget it. We have smart people. So I'm
not going there with that. Let me stay with what we're doing.
Okay, let me bring in Terry.
We need to look at the issue of drugs in that country on a serious level. We need to see how we can generate funding.
Okay.
Nothing can happen with addressing the drug issue without the funding.
Let me put Terry on the spot.
Without the funding.
Thank you.
Now you waste more. Let me finish talking.
But Moses, you're not talking almost 2 hours.
You talk more than me, just now. What are you talking about?
I'm the boat chair. Moses, I'm the boat chair.
So you get a lot of
flow member. Moses, you flow member. I'm boat chair.
Okay. We're talking about that. You were back in.
No, the men know. He talked plenty yet tonight. I just put in the garage. That's all. Well, I mean, we're very good at garage business. He knows that. So,
no, but Mr. Tom, but seriously, our people need to rethink, and we need to support. I felt really bad today when I heard the deputy LDEA director giving his synopsis of their problems.
Right.
And that is not good for the Republic of Liberia.
Yeah. So let me put Terry on the spot here. Terry, you came out last night with this monkey web bamboo draw statistic money, $900,000 into fighting drugs. I don't know why you brought that in there. But is that enough to fight anything? It can't even fight chicken.
Well, I think it's also involved. I think that money is mainly for maybe the operations that.
Well, let me hold you right there, Terry. Walter Cutter, why are you wearing hat on my show? Walter Cutter.
Clarence,
He
Walter
hardly is
Carter, why?
because
Okay, y'all hold on. I beg you, I see it. Walter Carter, why you wearing hat on my show?
Oh, is it
No,
again a
no,
law that
no.
we can wear hat?
Walter Carter, you can't wear hat. You can't wear hat on the show. No, we can't do that. Yeah,
What?
we got, yeah. We got a dress code here, Walter Carter. You can't wear hat in the house. You
I'm
in a
not in a
house.
house. I'm not in a
You're
house.
you're outside.
Yeah.
The sun shining.
Well, I got light on my porch. No,
All right.
okay, if you want to take the hack into the house, you can see my
Yeah,
ball here.
okay. Now we go. Here we go. I'm not saying that boy. Walter Carter, you can't wear hat in the house when it's not raining.
No, outside.
Okay, all right, okay. My Esther, what do you think? Winter color should wear hat, Fatima? You think the men should wear a hat or no hat? Listen, winter color, if the two ladies say you can wear your hat, you can put it back on. Let's hear from you, Terry, on a serious note. Question. Winter color, I'll just play with you. Want to put it on, put it on.
No,
if
okay.
if Keto want to hire himself because of all of what going on, let him hire himself. It's not a bad thing, and all of that.
I tried not to step in that line.
Yeah, let him hire himself. They need to hire. But liberal, this is the thing here.
Let me ask you one question, Terry. Who is this Clarence guy?
Oh, the
Clarence?
Rescue 3. The Rescue 3.
Rescue 3. I wasn't even know that.
Why Rescue 3 got so much interest in you?
Mr.
We got a
Totalino.
team here. Liberal is one.
No, that Mr. Totalino. Terry, that Mr. Ibuprofen.
Okay.
But liberal, I hear Mr. Sigbe say, "Oh, don't politicize the team." Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
it's political. The drugs is political. You
Reposer.
can't politics to counter drug business and say you're not political. No.
Okay, Walter Carter, my Esther say you can put your hat back on. Put it on, Walter.
It's all right. It's all right. You want to see the ball here? The
No, Walter Carter, they say put it. The audience want you to put it back on. People put it back on. You keen with A, go back with it. Like they say, Sir Joseph come naked, Sir Joseph go with naked.
Naked he can, naked he will return.
Naked he can, naked. So put your hat back on, please. Put your hat back on. Like real politics. Let's hear from you, Terry. I'm sorry, I just try to get it going. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, Liberty 900,000 is very minute to it, but I think the 3.5 million plus the 900,000 all goes together. I don't know how they set the budget, but apparently they join rehabilitation to the LDA. Apparently the 900,000 is for the operations like payment of salaries, other things for the LDA. But in my opinion, that money is still small. And apparently that's the reason why the guy today was explaining about the strain and the constraint that the LDA has with minute logistics and things. And with that, you're not going to fight drugs like that. So I think that's disappointing. But that have been the Liberia culture from the budget from all through the budget for LDA have never been. I think only under Madam Shirley, the budget was a bit bigger. But even under former President Weah, the LDA have never been able to really receive good amount of money to be able to curtail the drugs in the country. Because again, drugs in Liberia is political. If you must fight it, you must have the political will to do that. Because I think for all the way the president spoke from his position and all of that, taking drug tests and things like that, and he did not enforce it on his people. At least he should have told his people that, look, let everybody take their drug test. Before you start in my government, take your drug test, and make it look like it is a serious matter. When the president speaks, everybody is in the tent. Everybody coming attention to listen. Everybody want to know what the president is going to do. But if the president is not going to do anything in regards to what he's saying that in the fight against drug, then and he politicize it, it becomes very difficult for drugs to be curtailed in Liberia, and that is where we are. I don't want to blame you guys saying, that they seem adding people working in the government and all the kind of thing. I don't think that is what it is, because in my opinion, it's not the same people that running the drug area. It's not the same people in the immigration. It's not the same people
Terry,
at the
what was
justice ministry. Huh?
the liberal have made a comment, and that's what we were in reference to. It has,
Moses, please let him land. Moses, let him land, please.
no, I
Let
just
him
want to
land.
I just want to correct him. That's all.
Okay, we'll come to you and you make a correction.
But
Go ahead, Terry.
I was listening. What I heard, you know that what I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. I'm just giving my opinion that on the matter.
That's fine. Give
Go
your
ahead.
opinion, and then we're gonna go to
ahead.
Yeah, on the matter is that I don't want to believe that this thing is based on a recycling of the same people who over it. I want to believe it's a political will. Is a will. You know, we're fighting drugs without a the president acting upon it based upon a political will. You know, and I think that is what it is. I don't want to believe that it's because people are doing that. Yeah, but that's on my own labor. Thank you.
Thank you. To your own. Let's hear from you, Walter Cotton. Welcome. What's on your plate, sir?
Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to say hi to the security analysts and the political rally slash telling of Mr. Two and the liberal want to be politician. Anyway, on a serious note, so I listened to the security analysts. There are a couple of things that we got to consider. First of all, I would say Liberian people don't pay taxes. A society that is not working, you got almost more than half of the population, more than half of the population jobless. So take taxes out of the way. Unlike the society we're in, almost everybody have paid taxes, whether you like it or not. Um, so that part, I mean, we can't put it on Liberian people, but what we can consider.
Can I hold you
eh,
to a point, Walter Cotton? Just one point, please, if you don't mind. That statement, take the taxes out of the way, for me is ridiculous. Because back when I was growing up,
Oh my.
Liberian was not working, but people were paying $10 in total for house taxes.
so that's my point right there.
Okay,
Taxation with all representation was a bad thing then. When they were taxing your grandfather and my grandfather, it was wrong because they were not providing the services to them.
okay, okay,
Where the
okay.
people in Morovia were having all the services, you understand? And the people up country had nothing at all, but they were taxing them. And that's the bad policy. What I'm saying here, if we have a society where we have at least 90% of the citizens working in a society, then most of Mr. Civic point is valid when it comes to taxing Liberians to help fight the drug infestation in our country. Another thing I was trying to say, when we look into government and we see the way government pay her employee at a certain rate, the discrepancy in salary, the scratch cards, the generator making 25 times or 50 times the money a police officer or a DE officer supposed to make. And then you wonder how can we stop drugs in the country? A DA officer does not carry arms. He wear his uniform that has filled on him. His boots got hole all in it, and he stay in a hot sun to make sure he stop at least drug from passing. You got somebody who's sitting in an air conditioned office. His generator, not himself, his generator makes $3,000. And if that DEA officer is being paid, he paid maybe $150 a month that will not even come on time, and tell me how they're going to eradicate drugs in Liberia. You understand? Two, um, the security analyst made a point that all hands on deck to eradicate this drug in our society. I agree with him
I made
because
that point. I made that point. I made that point.
I've
okay,
been
so
saying that yesterday. Don't worry about it.
so he
Oh,
re
so you were in cahoots with Mr. So yesterday, eh? Moses?
I've been
so he
Good night.
re-emphasized.
Good night, Moses. Good night. You were in cahoots with Mr. So yesterday.
I gotta open up something else.
I tell you, they all better have something else. let have mercy on him. You know how you
Yeah, no, we can no problem to throw your old man.
Well, I mean, are you being cool with
somebody
Mr.
said,
So?
somebody
Yeah,
said, bro, is upset with me. Oh.
Yeah.
yeah. No, so he just re-emphasized what you said, Libra, yesterday. But on a serious note, you understand? All hands on deck. Like the former president said, even this president, even Ellen Johnson said, they reiterated the same thing. Our society is a closed neck society. Everybody probably know everybody, some kind of connection. So if somebody's selling drug down the street from my house, I know. You understand me? All the security gotta do, that the government, you know, deploy some strategy where will be security on security. Neighborhood watch team, empower the people to watch in the neighborhood because that the children are getting infested with the drug. That the children are taking the drug. That the children they call Zogo today. The drug, it does not appear in the society and just like giving itself to people. People selling those drugs. They know who bringing the drugs in. So if we are serious, like you said, we can stop it. We must first of all start to point, report people, and good in our society, we don't have anything that calls snitching law. We should report people that are selling drugs in their homes, and the police should go there and arrest. But you have first of all have to equip the police or the DEA. No DEA carry arms in
Uh,
Liberia. Unfortunately, you know who carry arms in Liberia? The ones that sit in the office. When we saw A.B. Kroma and his deputy, they were the two people that were carrying guns in Liberia, and the
Thank
people
you.
that on the street are fighting the drugs, they were armless.
Thank you. Thank you. Moses, let's go around one more time on this, and
okay.
then we can try to open the line. But let me ask this one question. Let's answer all three of us. All four of us. Let's go through it, and then
Okay.
we'll open the line. And the question is, in that statement that we're all making reference to,
Uh-huh.
the guy said that most of the problem is because people from higher position are involved into the drugs trail.
Yeah.
What would be your assessment? What would be your own analysis on that in terms of higher up being involved? What would be a drug distribution part of it? What would be importation or protection or whatever it is? What would be your own assessment on that as well?
Well, my assessment is this. As someone who's been in that area for a long time and worked the area, everywhere in the world, the people who bring the drugs are not the one who the people who are profiting more from the drugs are not the one who are taking the drugs, who are using the drugs. They're always the top level position. And that's why I made reference to the Reagan administration when Oliver Null, Podesta, and those guys were being prosecuted. They brought drugs in this country and put it in Compton, in Los Angeles. It was not until after Reagan administration that the committee, the House committee, took them in.
From
The
Sandinista.
Senate, the Judicial Committee in the Senate took it on.
No, I mean
So,
the drug were coming from Sandinista,
yeah,
and they
from
were taking gun,
Nicaragua,
and they were taking gun back
and they
there.
were taking weapons to them. So it's all around the world. So Liberia is no exception to that.
Daniel Ortega.
Yes, and so what I'm saying is that there needs to be strong drug laws put in place, statute put in place, and there has to be follow through. And Carter kind of emphasize more. He gave literally what we talked about. I've been talking about all along. That we need to create a budget that can sustain the operation, the day-to-day operation. I went 2013. I did my own assessment and investigation on drugs coming into Liberia, having heard that Liberia was a haven for drugs. You see those people that go on the ocean in the night, city fishing? You know what's going on there? Some of the suspects says that the drugs have been dropped with the floaters, the styrofoam in the ocean, and people go and collect it. Back in the day, in the 70s, an officer was killed on the beach because of drug
I
dealing.
remember that. I remember that
Drug dealing
very, very
bad.
well.
So
Very, very well.
yes. So
He
what I'm
shot him. He
saying is
shot him while his back was turned to him.
exactly because the drug deal went bad. We're talking about the 70s, folks. It's not just not business.
That
That's
was
what I'm saying.
1976.
Yes,
When
that's what
Prince
I'm saying
Nigo,
to you all. And it was terrible. I know. Yeah.
what's it, Money Matter came in
And there was three,
1976.
and there were three officers who they were with this officer, and they were held accountable for it. But yeah, what I'm saying, when I say let's not politicize it, because the drug is not given to only Unity parties, parties. Everybody across the board
Thank you.
is
Thank you,
affected by
Mr.
it.
Let me
That's what I'm
get.
saying.
Thank
So
you.
let me answer your question now. We need to look for resources, generate funding, and that's where the taxation came in. That's at some point in time, we need to look at what we have as revenue and identify something for security,
Thank
including
you.
DEA.
Thank you. Thank you, Moses. Let's come to you, Terry. The same question. You heard the guy mention, the deputy director mentioned as one of the hindrances in fighting drugs is the involvement of the higher ups. What do you make of that?
But remember, you just, Mr. Sigmund just said it. It is an old
I
thing.
want you to put your own spin on it.
Yeah, it's an old thing that
And let
happened.
me rescue two. I said I want you to put your own spin on it.
You want the man to talk something different again.
Okay, so that is why he's saying now that. But the area I have problem with what
There
he's
we go.
saying
There we
is
go.
the aspect of the taxation that what he mean Keto just highlighted. Increasing tariff or taxes on people to
Now,
pay a certain amount
that
for.
Mose, will you please let the man tell your own? I told you to put your own spin
So
on it. So please let him tell your own.
you know the taxation thing, because the problem is the people poor, the people don't have money. Why can't the government people cut down the budget and channel some of the excess in the budget, the waste that they spending buying luxurious cars and excess of money that they're using on for nothing retreats as the Senate, the House of Representatives, and all of that. Look at the amount of money these people spend on just retreats. All right, they can use some of that money and channel it to the DEA. We don't need to, like people don't need to spend a dime out of their taxes in order to fight drugs. They don't need to do that. All the government need to do is cut the waste and channel some of that money that they're cutting to the DEA and to many other areas in government like healthcare, education, and all the kind of thing. But the fight against drug labor is a holistic battle that have to involve a lot of people. And like I said, it is political because even the people working at Metal Steel, most of those big companies that are in the country, they also bring drugs in the country. Most of the hierarchies, they take drugs. Is most of the foreigners that come to the country from those big NGOs and organizations, most of them on drugs. The Lebanese in the country, those people are taking drugs. The most of the drugs that we see fester in the country that most of the government people prioritize is not even the drugs that are really making money. It's just the little one that people talk about, the kush. They talk about the new drug that they got. They say what the zombie drug. Those drugs are drugs that are not even near the drugs that are really making money in the country. The real drugs that are making money in the country are the cocaine or the something they can call white girl. Those are the drugs that
why what?
White girl. They call it white girl. They can fix it. So those other drugs you don't hear about it much. The ones you hear about are the ones that are making less money because there are certain class of drugs that the hierarchy, the big people are the one that can take. Cocaine, white girl, and other things. You don't hear about those kind of drugs, but those drugs that come in the country. And the government people know exactly who bringing it, who taking it, and the transaction and all the ghettos that selling it. They know. That's why I say the fight against drugs is not that the people don't know what's happening. If they want to fight it, they will fight it, but they just do not want to fight it.
Thank you. white guy. When I was growing up, that Carlo, the people scared of white guy. Who was scared of white guy? Nobody's being afraid of white guy. Oh my goodness! But Terry, before I go to something curious. Before I go to who call himself independent, not really independent. We are lover. He's not anybody that CDT. You're not independent. But what's that? The guy on your chest. Is that Bible they're holding up there on your chest? Is that Bible you holding up to say?
No, this is Juneteenth. Juneteenth.
Yeah, yeah.
African. Yeah,
Oh,
this is
oh,
Juneteenth.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Freedom or no freedom, I'm on my way. Okay, all right. Let's come to you, Walter Carter. Walter Carter, thank you very much. Same question to you, sir. Then we'll open the line. Um, the big shot that are involved. I know this is not just President Bakai or President Weah or President Salih, because what Moses spoke of earlier when I was growing up in the 70s, this incident that Moses talked about, most of the people that were ministered in terms of administration, my understanding was one of the gathering area where they usually do the Baba thing was right behind Crown Hill Cinema, right down the hill there. So we all, I mean, because when you pass by that, people will point out to you. This is at night, this is where all the BB shots can come, they do Baba thing here. So you don't stay too long and you got to move. So we know that because you go to the YMCA close up over there, but soon you come there down here, go into Rochester Cinema, and the story is there. So BB shot being involved in this thing is not a strange thing. But at this time, coupled with the fact that the people, you also said that most of the kids, young people that are working for the DA are volunteer. Are we not mixing gasoline with gasoline with gasoline, Terry? I mean, Walter Carter, talk to me, please.
Yeah, Mr. So you're absolutely right.
Mr. Toll.
Mr. To, I'm sorry, you're absolutely right. Now
So
that we
because
not
because
only
because giving you the opportunity to express your CDC self does not give you the right to call me Mr. Soul.
Mr. To, I'm sorry.
Yes,
I have
sir.
to be humble on the show tonight
You
because
have to. You have no
I have to be
choice.
humble.
You have to. You have to. You have no choice. You have
I
to.
got no, yeah. Anyway, so no, on a serious note, um, you said it right. It's even more than putting gasoline on gasoline. Now we are experiencing explosion at its highest in the country. The fact that somebody from the security sector, especially the DA, will be pointing finger to the three branches of government speak volume. People think that this thing is just a joke, maybe it's an accusation and thing, but when we were in the country during the war, we saw, and I'm not going to bam off the Nigerian contingent, but people came in the country as Nigerian military officer, and some of them were not officer at all. They were not Nigerian soldiers. They put uniform on and they came in the country with drugs because when you wear uniform, when you come in with all your gear, nobody's such in it. You come in for mission. And we saw things happening on Randall Street. I used to live Randall Street. So we saw some things happening on Randall Street that were like, wow, Nigerian ECOMOG was running behind a Liberian guy that took his drug from I think the ADC plane, that African plane that used to come to Liberia during the war. So it was arrived in Springfield. And the guy took the drug from him. The guy named was Eddie. He took the drugs from in the plane to bring it to the Nigerian dude. But he bypassed the Nigerian dude and went and sold the drugs in the ghetto. So the Nigerian car started looking for him. It was not something small on the street. Only to find out that Nigerian car was not a soldier. He was a civilian acting as a soldier, had uniform on and all. But it was a huge amount of drugs. The place was looking like war zone around in Kerry Street intersection. So we saw a whole lot. People were backing those guys in government because that was the way of life at the time. Take, for example, the IDA drugs, the drugs that Medicine Sans Frontier were bringing Liberia. People were selling no drugs. They used to take the pit, go to the port and take the drugs from the port and put it in the pharmacy until the government on so I say anybody who called that drug, they will confiscate the property and they will deport them. And they start to get rid of that drugs from the places. So people in government were defending or backing those guys because in the evening, you will see ministers and director to Sheriff Pharmacy upstairs to his house. Sherry pharmacy that were on Randall Street. You will see people upstairs to his house. We used to live right next to Sherry. What they doing there? The man's he has a pharmacy. What he people doing there until we got to know that it was because of those things. And today it's not different. When they men accusing them, I will not point finger to say this particular group, but if somebody that inside telling you the story, it means that he knows. Because when people go and arrest drugs, somebody will tell you say that my interest. Who telling you that the interest? Somebody will call or phone call will come to them and say, look, let that man go, that my interest. Somebody bringing kush in the country and a call coming and telling an officer that I arrested the kush that my interest. That's the problem we have. Everybody got some interest because everybody won't get rich overnight, at the detriment of the common people. They don't care about society, Mr. Toll. Those people have absolutely no feeling for our society. They have feeling for their pockets. They are not creative in fighting nothing. You cannot fight drugs as drug is so bad in our society. And you put DEA on the street with all weapon. You even put volunteer DEA office volunteer. You're not paying them. They may see 25, $50,000 US dollar worth of drug, and somebody say, my man, I'll give you 5,000. They may even making 150 a month, and you give him 5,000. You will tell that you will report that drugs. No, you will
Thank
not
you.
report it. So they have to be intentional to fight drugs. And this not just this administration. It has been happening from time immemorial. And I think it's about time that we stand up and call it for what it is.
Thank
If we
you.
do that, our country will be okay.
Thank you. Again, folks, the number is out here 916-533-2048. Give us a call. And guys, and as you're on talking, discussing, and if there's a call coming, I will call your attention and then you're going to yield to the caller, please. Okay, let's go back to Mose. Mose, I think what we need to do is to finish a drug issue for the night. I believe I'm most likely, it depends on where I'm going to be tomorrow. I will still host if I can, if I have the mean, because I'm not at home right now. I mean, uh, other state. But I will try my best to see if I can find a means to host this tomorrow, and then we can talk about what you and Sis Kotu brought up earlier, which was the issue of the police, because those are things that I think this are issues that are dear to you because this is what you do, that's your area, and so when you see the violations, sometimes they get to you as much. But so we'll make it our duty tomorrow to be part of number one on the agenda on the docket tomorrow. But let's finish this drugs issue here, Mose. Talk to me of the overall security implication of the Republic of Liberia in terms of okay, all right, let me take this color. Mose, please write it down. It's very important. Even if you can use that for your finish, I would appreciate if you can wrap us up on the drugs of what is the security implication. How does it affect our security situation in Liberia? I would really like for you to address that for us. But let me take this color. Color, what's your name? Where you're calling from? It is this is Samson to Liberia Public Radio. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
This Ambrose.
I'm so Andrew. I'm so happy and glad to hear your voice again because I tell you, you went away from us because I didn't hear you the last time at all. So don't do that, please. Even if you're not gonna call, just say hello. Call and say hello. Then I know you're still with us. Go ahead, my brother. Make your point. But political pastor gonna do it. Okay, go ahead.
So Moses said I have an issue with him on the whole period he was discussing a couple of weeks ago. But but the problem, I'm not trying to create a precedent or something, but you see the senators, all of them supposed to cut down their bandam. So just imagine who you in America here. Unless something said the U.S. representative and senator, that their car is leased and it's only for the DC, they can't take it out of DC to go anywhere. But we get people in Liberia every three years we give them 45,000, and you pay their transportation, you pay their coke, you pay their generator, the generator they use at home, you give them scratch. There's all our little part-time application there, plus the 15,000 that they take. If they can just subtract that, including the minister, even this government, the deputy director, assistant minister, deputy minister, all of them get cars, but he is saying they don't have a car, they don't have a motorbike, or they don't have a KSM. Even okay, don't forget about the car, but he came back to get the because like a 2,000 or I think Terry can speak better to that because he wants to take care. But how can we get people in? We say this mile or we can't the equipment to function. And what you say is true. They got a lot of government officials in the government that it's not only unique to this government, all government who comes in the power all of them to drug addicts. So that one it's not strange. But something need to be done. The government need to prioritize the drugs issue. If the president will do anything but he said he can pound the drugs issue down a little bit. And I think I'm not big on punishment, but I think to set an example of one person. Put it on fire struck, really close. That's whatever you're teaching. Look, we are common people. If you kill one Labrador right now, or you kill one Labrador for this business, everybody will disease one day. Until you can set an example of one person, will run away. But so let no example is set on nobody will be afraid. If somebody, minister read that the president come and say, oh, you fire for the full performer or the government into trust issue. Trust me, you see, all people start having stop that or they'll be careful. But so no action, no drastic action is taken against anybody. You would never solve this problem. And don't forget that that's not me. I don't believe in killing anybody or hurting anybody. But somebody need to pay the price so all people can live peacefully.
Thank you. Thank you. Again, folks, the number is open. Give us a call. Rescue 2, because the question that Rescue 3, Rescue 3, the question that I put to Moses is very important. And I don't want to cut him off when he's talking, when he's answering the most important question. So let's hear from you, Moses. In fact, just because of that, the question that I posed to you is so important. I want you to table it until you're ready to do your closing.
Okay.
It's very important. But let's go ahead. Talk to me about any other subject matter. Drug issue that we're discussing, but step away from the tying it to the national security implication with respect to the entire country. Leave that one for closing. Let's hear from you.
You see, we're having a good conversation, and most of what I hear my colleagues saying here is that the lack of resources to support the DEA. But it's the same way around.
Moses, hold on, Moses, please. Rescue 3. Good evening to you. Is there any Babu coming to Bakula here tonight, or let's hear from you?
Not really. Not really. Your own point tonight, you are saying the truth, Mr. Toe. Yesterday, social yesterday. Can you imagine the CEO gave a number for enter to post, regular reports a number?
Bringable game Huawei.
Yesterday. Well, the issue that we are discussing tonight is a very serious issue. But the question with it, like you have the past administration, I can remember during the past government, during the past administration, there's a problem with $100 million arrested in the supermarket abroad. It was in the country or Jali supermarket. How the Jali supermarket being a renowned supermarket in Africa for a number of days. Today, no Nigerian asking it because they free the guy who went to buy from Abidjan. They free the guy. No Nigerian stop asking Abidjan. story companies that are in our country that really goes in the country. So it is a serious part. I can remember also during the past administration, there was an immigration board, president or representative with a drugs. And the members of the board Senate House of Representatives or representatives saw that woman and they said, the woman should go and get and they start treating the woman to get that kid left the house. So the statement that fellow made today, to me, the government should not take that fellow to say that it's an enemy to the government. They should listen to him and they should ask him and get some teacher because every one of them bring a something. Everybody got to find it because the children know no balancing. The drug issue in our country, no balancing. When people, most of the youth population have got balancing in our country just because of what? Foolishness. And somebody still here for the people want to get money to live better life. Forget the massive business. No. Not about the giving the government officials, how many of their children can be coming down with this Obama? Most of the saw is in jail. The saw is part of the power. They see he can't preach as they saw. So it's a serious situation for our movement. Many people get the want to political science and say, oh, if we not predict our content of
Okay. Okay. All right. Your internet is being harmonized anyway. But thank you, Rescue 3. We appreciate it.
Okay, Mr. Doro.
Thank you.
Okay.
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 Again, you will be the last caller, and we're not taking any more call. Mose, let's go back to our original conversation.
Yes, sir.
Tie this thing and give us your closing and tie around the process of national security. How is this thing, if it's not resolved, how does it affect the entire country, not from the national security standpoint? Please.
Well, the first thing is that I must commend everybody for their comments they made. And overall, I think we're all saying the same thing, that the drug issue has become an issue that has raised an attention of every individual based on that protest. Okay. And I think the president have made a statement. The drug situation needs to be addressed like all security issues. Police officers make $125. They take up $15 from there for their pension. And then plus taxes. Those people carry home less than $100 a month. That money is only enough for them to pay their way to go to work the next day. For the entire month, they're paying their way back and forth. These are things that we know. The security implications that these things have is that without the resources, these guys, the security apparatus cannot do their job. I can only imagine what's going on with CID or NSA. I'm not even sure what's going on with them because we don't hear about them. Doesn't mean that they're not having crisis as well. The joint security needs to work together. There has to be funding. Now, some of the threat levels are high because when foreigners come to the country, when people come to the country to visit, I don't know if they got the tendency of only carrying them to the better place, to the resorts and all the stuff, the places like that. But they cannot walk in the street without seeing the disadvantaged youth or drug addicts on the road, on the streets. That discourages people from even coming to your country and bringing businesses. I will tell you, in 2021, my wife and myself traveled to Liberia. We're driving and we see a lady laying next to, right on the boulevard. Right on the boulevard. She's laying down next to a pool. And the way she dressed up, I said, something is happening. We reversed. We turned around, came back. When we got down, everybody was just walking past her. I did not know.
You mean you reverse back?
No, I reversed my car.
You reverse back. Wait a minute.
Okay, reverse back. If you want me to say that so the people can understand. We reversed the car back to the place.
Oh.
and I proceeded and I got down and I touched the woman. I said, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And she just like moved slowly. And then the Lebanese man stole that she was standing in front, My wife ran in there because the sun was burning hot. I thought she had a heat stroke. So we brought water for her to drink. Only to find her, people passing, oh, that woman there, she how she ain't having home. People walking past her. That's what we saw, literally. And so when you talk about security, this is all a threat to that country. People will not come there. No businesses, the businesses will not prosper when you have these kind of drug addicts in the street and what have you. And the implication is that the international community is not going to respect us. They're not going to want to put money in there. I don't know how much this administration have gotten in aid from the United States. But these are some of the problems. These are some of the problems that will exacerbate the whole idea of people not sending money to our country.
Thank you,
And
Moses.
not believing in us because we're not doing nothing to correct these issues.
Thank you.
We can't make the case.
Thank you, guy. Brigable, I'm not taking call again. We're completely out of time. Let's hear from you, Walter, and then Terry will take us home.
So thank you. Beautiful show, beautiful conversation. Like I said before on this network, everything starts with the president, ends with the president. I know the labor hate for me to say that, but it's the fact. If the people, the president, serious to stop the
You're
flow of
saying it
drugs
with
in the
respect. You're saying it with respect. So I don't hate that. I want you to do it. Be truthful. But
yeah,
you
I'm
do it with
truthful. I'm
respect.
truthful.
Yeah, and I
I'm
accept that.
truthful.
But it has
And
to
every
be.
time, and every time I speak, I'm truthful because you know,
I
when
agree.
we
I agree. Go ahead.
yeah. So the president has to do his work like he promised the Liberian people, a man of great experience. He should do the work that require of him. All the people that are around, him, the lieutenants, people that are not working properly, people that are incompetent in this government should be removed and bring people of serious mind, people of innovation to help change the narrative in this government, to help move our country forward. I think we can sit and talk all we want to talk. And it's a good thing that we're talking because if they're listening, it will be okay. That one thing, if they're listening, that's another thing if they implement. And so we will continue talking because we have the space to talk and thank God for social media and the level of transparency and democracy, freedom, democratic freedom that we have outside and inside our country to speak our mind to our leaders. Another thing we start to question their ability to implement. And I think we got to hold them responsible. Like I said, it can only happen if we stop the what you call sycophancy. Because if somebody that we elected, that we praise and we elected and put them into office, if they're not doing the right thing, we should call them out and tell them, no, that's not what I put you there for. You have to do this, you have to do that. Because it's about Liberia. We got our children, our grandchildren will be there, our great grandchildren will be there. So
Thank
great
you.
show, and let us continue to preach the narrative.
As
Thank you, Mr.
usual,
To.
great show as usual. When the liberal is running the show here, when we
Right.
make sure
Okay, Mr. To. Don't spoil your luck now, okay?
you're gonna wear a high again. You're gonna wear. You see, you wear so now you're gonna hide. Sorry, let's hear you take us home. Rescue two, take us home. They
I'll
impose.
be listening, I just.
Okay, that's fine. That's
So,
fine.
Mr. Tari Libra.
That's
And,
okay.
yeah, or the drug that is called white girl is cocaine.
Oh my God.
And cocaine is what is called white girl in Liberia. And many people don't know this name, but that is a familiar name. And once you get rid of that cocaine, you will be able to curtail all the other drugs because those drugs are just distraction. The kush, the doji, the maki, they got something they call tawai that most people don't even know about. And all those drugs are just the little ones that bring distraction so that people cannot notice the cocaine. But when you talk about the hierarchy that is in on this, that makes it to be political, is what I want to read about. That transpired back in the time that Keta is saying our president should sign it. But let me read it. The Liberian Authority admitted on Monday, I know they will not let you hear it one, that they had lost track of 4 men recently tried and exonerated after the seizure of $100 million worth of cocaine. That the white girl. A judgment that shocked even the Minister of Justice, Musa Din, A criminal court in Monrovia caused a stir on May 18 by finding not guilty a Liberian, a Guinea-Bissau, and a Portuguese and a Lebanese man arrested in connection with the seizure in October 2022 of 520 kilos of cocaine with an estimated value of $100 million concealed, according to the authorities, in a container from Brazil. The result of the cooperation with the United States and Brazil, it is one of the most important catches ever made in the country. The judgment by a popular jury was all the more surprising as the court ordered the return to the suspect of 200,000 seized during the operation. Just imagine these people gave these people back after they exonerated them from the crime. They gave them 200,000 that was seized. But that is not a shocking thing. It also reads that the case highlights the place of the West Africa coast on the drug trafficking routes from South Africa to Europe in particular. The judgment raised questions about the functioning of justice and its exposure to corruption. The court decision makes Liberia an international laughing stock. Justice Minister Frank Musa Dean Jr. said in a statement, it clearly undermines the collective effort of Liberia and its international ally to combat the illegal transit of illicit drugs and the use of West Africa as a conduit for international trade from Latin America. And by the way, he said, the four suspect, this is the one that shocked me, the four suspect photographed in prison, in prison uniform with their lawyers after the trial and release have disappeared. The four suspects,
they're all gone.
Their photograph. They are not only that they escaped the country and the government people could not find them. They volunteer. If you read further down, they volunteer to even buy back the container. Then their photograph, the picture, you know, when you are criminal, they take your picture in a jumpsuit. Their photograph disappeared. You understand? Then you're wondering why you having this discussion. It is political. It is highly political because somebody just took a phone and called some big person, and that was it. And these people walk away and now have exposed our country coastal lines to drug trafficking internationally. And we're sitting there playing Yakan. Since then, what have happened? Since that incident that took place, we just need to reiterate. Since the incident happened, since 2022, what have changed? What have changed in Liberia? So these are just the things, you know, when people be talking about, oh, they died and think, you know, the drug thing is merely, the people know exactly what's going on in the country, but they're not going to do anything about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Moses. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Walter Carter. Thank you, Mark Carter. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. I believe Mr. Soul will be on here tomorrow, and if he's not, we will be here to carry on as well.
Is it okay to talk about that topic with the lady and the police and the issue that I brought about tomorrow?
Yeah. When Mr. Soul is here, you guys can do that. Whoever is here, we can talk about it tomorrow.
We'll put it on. If we don't talk about it, then we'll do that on Thursday.
That will be right.
Okay.
Good night, folks. Thank you very much, Terry. Thank you very much. Rescue 2. Again, folks, Samson told Labrador Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again tonight that tuned in to this wonderful, wonderful show. We're here in Ohio, where we're carrying on our process. We will be going back home very shortly, and then we will also continue to go on with Liberia issue, whatever it is that we have to discuss. I want to thank all of you again for tuning in. Let's continue to pray for one another. My Esther, thank you. Fatima, thank you. Dan up here, you've been writing your good stuff here tonight. Thank you. Breakable, thank you. I'm sorry I couldn't be able. I wasn't able to pick up your call because I'm not in Sacramento, and if it's time to go, this one is really time to go, and that's why. So I want to thank all of you again. Breakable, sorry for not picking up your call, but we have to go. Clarence, thank you very much, guys. John, again, wonderful topic tonight from you as well. Thank you. And we'll do our best to post all you guys right here as you write. We'll post them up there as well. Thank you. And I'll say good night to all of you. Let's do it again. Tomorrow, John, Mr. Soul, on Thursday, stay with us. Good night, folks. What happened here? Okay, folks, just a minute, because this is something that's happening. Okay. No, hold on. That's not it. Why is this guy doing this to me here? Hold on. Okay, right here. Let's go ahead.
Rachel de Kibo, je adé.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't call Mom Fatuma name. I want to thank you very much, man. I just have to do this because it's very special here on the show as well. Samson Tall.
I'm